Learn to handle situations where the user enters an invalid city name. In this lesson, we want to look at how we can handle situations where user enter invalid city name. Our apps already works well when the user enter a valid city. When you enter a valid city, the app works well. But what if they type something that doesn't exist? Maybe they do something like this, just gibberish, and they type on search. Now you can see that the other informations are returned successfully, but only the city is shown as undefined, which means this information is wrong because this city does not exist. So in this case, if we try to inspect what the API returns, let's inspect. So let me clear it, then search. Now you can see, of course, a promise, type error, can't access property tag, data.main is undefined. So the API just returned an error response, and we just checked that in our console. But now we need to handle it gracefully in the code by using the data and the code number that correspond to whether there is a successful response or not. So if the value of the request is 404, which means not found, it just basically means that the city wasn't found. And then we'll display this city to show city not found, and then reset the other fields back to their placeholder. And then we will do that by applying a return statement so that it will stop the rest of the function from running. If the city is valid, the code continues and display the weather information as before. So let's jump into the second dot then, and this is where we are going to be adding that part as well. So we already have a successful admin of when there is a successful request for a valid city name. Now let's handle a part where when a user type in gibberish or types in a city name that does not exist. How to do that, we need to check with the conditional statement to actually capture what is being entered. So we make use of our if statement to check and say if our data code name equals this triple equal 404. So if the return response is 404, then what should happen? That is what we actually want to do. So we need to add a couple of things. So our city name, update its text content to city not found. As for temperature, update its content to what we already have, that is temperature, and add our placeholder, what we have before, or use not available. So you can do the same thing for our weather.text content. Then do the same thing for humidity. And lastly, we can do the same for the wind. Text content equals wind speed. And set it to our initial placeholder. And now if I go ahead and click on search, look at what is going to happen. This is returning undefined, and that is because the function is still running. So after this, I'm supposed to add a return statement so that it will prevent the function from running once it detects an invalid name. So let me try again now. And now you can see city not found, and all the rest variables are displayed placeholder. You can see these are just placeholder because the city is not correct. So even if I try some other things or some other method, you can see put C only. There's no country with that. If I enter full stop, city not found. So this way we have gracefully handled situations where a wrong city may have been entered by mistake by the user. And if I revert back and try the valid city name, we will see that our function will work the way it used to work. So once there's a valid city name, then it will skip this and move to this part. But once it detects a gibberish or incorrect city name, then it will skip this, and then once it runs this conditional and check, then it will stop here.